Hi everyone, I wanted to film a quick video today educating any of you that were curious on the facts about Botox and fillers, what's the difference, what to expect, and etc. I've worked in the environment where I was assisting with injectables and gave me a lot of great knowledge. I've also had some done myself, so I wanted to share that with you as well. So if you are curious about this, stay tuned and we're going to talk about it. Okay, first of all, the term injectables, if you hear the term injectables, that kind of encompasses all of any of the neurotoxins or the fillers. So the term neurotoxin or neuromodulator is what the actual brand Botox is. So what you have to understand is when people say Botox, they are using a very well branded name. Botox is a neuromodulator, okay, just like Kleenex is a tissue. So there are actually three main neuromodulators out on the market today, and people that are a little bit more savvy with injectables may even be more hip to some other ones, but I'll tell you three ones that I know, and they are Botox, which I'm sure you've all heard of, Dysport, and Xeomin. So those three products are made by companies, and they are what we call neuromodulators. And what neuromodulators do is they relax the muscles in your face. So we get lines from making expressions on a day-to-day basis, and those lines get more prominent as we age. So what neuromodulators do is relax those muscles. So the product is actually injected into the muscle, so through the skin and into the muscle, and in a few days' time it will relax that muscle so that muscle won't make the contractions that give us the lines. So very common areas that this happens: in between our eyebrows, you've probably heard the term the 11s. Across our forehead, you might get some horizontal lines. Some people like to do it around the eyes. Those are the most common areas, although very experienced injectors can use it very artfully and artistically all over the face to achieve the looks that they want. You may have even heard people using it in their armpits to help with sweating. That is something people do. Sometimes people use it in their heads in their scalp for migraines. So there's tons of uses, but as far as what we're talking about today, those are the most common places that people get a neuromodulator, what maybe a lot of people refer to as Botox. But just remember, Botox is a brand. So anything that is done, if it's done in moderation, I personally, this is just a personal opinion, feel that it can be a great thing. I first received a neuromodulator. It was Botox, although I've had Botox and Dysport, and I like them both, in my forehead in my late 20s. And I've gotten it pretty consecutively up until last year. I haven't actually had it in about 8 months, and it lasts on different people for different time spans. So most people it will last anywhere from I'd say 2 to 3 months. It will dissipate, it will metabolize in your system and disappear. So it's not a permanent thing, which is a good thing, especially if you don't like the results, or if you do like the results, you can tweak it each time to accommodate what your particular needs are at that time. So I haven't had it in 8 months, so I have nothing in me right now, and this is how you can tell. If I were surprised, see, I'm raising my eyebrows. Where I used to get it, that would prevent me from raising my eyebrows so I wouldn't get these lines in my forehead. Or if I am dissatisfied or concentrating, and I furrow my brow there, you see how I can get a line in between here. Those are the places that I used to like to get it, and I will get it again when I get it. The reason why I haven't gotten it in the past 8 months, truthfully, is because I've been really challenging my skincare routine to see how much results I can get on my skin from my skincare versus getting injectables. So just FYI, and I'm going to do a video on skincare here pretty soon. So I hope that clears up what injectables as far as the neuromodulators do, relaxing the muscle. So another thing that I want to address is if someone is taking the time and the energy and the money to do injectables like neuromodulators, it is not a, what's the word I'm looking for? It's not a replacement for good skincare, because as I said, it is being placed into the muscle. It has nothing to do with the texture of the skin. The muscle contractions that we make on a day-to-day basis is what gives us our lines. It's kind of like folding a piece of paper. Once you fold it, can you really ever get that crease out? Not necessarily. So injectables a lot of times are preventing those wrinkles from setting in to a point where they're not very easily fixable. Okay, so the next injectable category that I want to talk about are fillers. So fillers are completely different than neuromodulators, completely different from Botox, Dysport, whatever you have heard. Fillers do exactly what they're called. They fill a space on your skin. So fillers are what people use to plump up their lips or any other area of the face. Fillers are injected into the skin. They are not injected into the muscle like neuromodulators. So they're meant to fill voids in the skin like fine lines, wrinkles, or plump up any spaces that have thinned out or become more hollow. So the most popular places people get filler is, of course, their lips, to plump up their lips. A lot of times people get fillers in what we call here our smile lines, or the technical term would be our marionette lines. Nasolabial folds. There's lots of different clinical terms for them. But basically these lines that we get from smiling, they start to hollow out as we age. So people get filler to fill this in to appear more plump and flat through here so the lines aren't as prominent. Also, people can get filler in their cheeks to pump up their cheekbones. In makeup, we use highlighter and contour and blush to really emphasize those cheekbones and make them appear more prominent. Well, that's what filler does. Filler literally emphasizes and makes your cheekbones larger, so it can do a lot of positive change to the face if done the right way, of course. Some people get filler under their eyes to fill in the space of any hollow under their eyes. Some people get filler in the creases that happen underneath their eyes if they have bags under their eyes and then a crease. Some people get filler underneath their mouth right here where we start to hollow out. So it really just depends on the person and the need, and then the skill of the injector, how well it's done, the results that people get. So it has nothing to do with mobilizing the muscles. It's actually plumping up and filling the skin, hence the term filler. So I hope that that helps. And the names of a lot of popular fillers you may have heard of: Juvederm, Restylane, Perlane, Radiesse. There's so many different ones, and again, those are company names of a product. A lot of times, most fillers, not all, but I don't want to get into too in detail, most fillers' predominant ingredient is something we like to call hyaluronic acid, and hyaluronic acid is produced actually in your own body. It is a hydrating, it's like your body's water supply, for kind of layman's terms. So if you think of that, fillers are being injected into your skin and filling with hydration, filling with water to make it appear more plump. So that is the difference, excuse me, between neuromodulators and fillers. I hope that that clears up some confusion for you on what they actually are. Now, as far as how long they last, I already told you, as far as the neuromodulators go, it can last anywhere from 2 to 3 months, maybe 4 months for someone. Usually takes a few days to kick in to actually work on the muscle. Fillers, the result is instantaneous because you inject it into the skin, it instantly fills it. You can receive some bruising from fillers, so you never want to do it right before a big event. And fillers last anywhere, it really depends on the fillers. This is a very broad spectrum I'm about to say, but 3 months to 6 months, maybe longer. There's a lot of new fillers on the market that are meant to last longer and increase your skin's own plumpness. So if you have any questions about that, obviously seek out somebody who is an injector. I am not. I just have experience working in that environment, and of course, I am a medical esthetician and I know a lot about it, but I personally am not an injector. But seek out somebody that you know and that you trust and ask them questions about what would work best for you. And then you can make your own decisions. So I wanted to share just a little bit of information to clear up any confusion that you may have so that you can make the best choices for yourself. And again, my last little reminder here is neither neuromodulator nor filler, any type of injectable, is a replacement for skincare. They should be used in conjunction with each other to get the best results possible. So I hope everybody has a great day. I hope this helped, and peace.